I'm going to answer some questions about 4 weeks to your best life. Many of you know that's a program that I'm bringing out, and people say, well, what is it? And how can I get to my best life in 4 weeks? Well, I'm not saying you're going to get there. You're not going to get there, but you're going to understand it. And you're going to know why you haven't gotten to your best life yet in your life, and you're going to start to figure that out as well. But I thought what I would do is give you some examples of what's included and what you would move through and start to understand. Now, you got to understand, this is information that came to me that I was given years ago, and it's taken me years and years and years to figure it out. So I'm giving you stuff that's taken me 40-some years to understand, and it is actually how I've lived my life. It's how I do my coaching. It's everything. And so you'll probably know a lot about what I do, but I want to give it to you. I want you guys to have this because we're moving into a place where you need to be empowered, because that's really what this is. Now, 4 weeks to your best life means that you're going into a place where you become empowered. Now, I don't care what you're going to do in your life, you need to be empowered to be able to do that. Meaning that you have to move beyond your fear, your doubt, your insecurity, your lack of confidence, all those things. That's what this is about. When you become empowered, you move beyond all of those things. You stop being afraid of what you might do. You stop being afraid that you can't gain the life experience that you want to have, because you can. Now, again, it's intensive work for these 4 weeks, but it's easy too, and it's enjoyable and it's fun. But let me give you one of the things. I'm just going to give you a couple of lines here. All your fears are pathways to your expansion. I'm giving you stuff that if you take this, you'll start to understand, because we work through this and you begin to understand it. All your fears are pathways to the expansion you seek. All your fears are pathways to the expansion you seek. Because that's what we want. We always want to become more. We want to be more prosperous. We want to have more money. We want to be more successful. All of those. There would be no other reason for us to live our lives unless that were the case. Now, while you may wish you had no fears at all, you would also not be motivated to seek that expansion unless you possess them. What that means is we have fears. We all do. But we have to understand why we have them. And then when we understand them, we can use them to improve our lives. They can lead us to our empowerment. Now, I'm saying this because this is what I had to do. Many of you might know I wrote a book on fear. When I started understanding all of this, I thought, how am I going to utilize it? How can I incorporate it in my life? For me, it was writing a book on fear. It meant dealing with it. It meant looking at it and moving through it. And then the miraculous thing that happens is that, oh, now I'm not that afraid. I looked at it. I'm not putting my head under the covers anymore, because I'm understanding that the fear was there for a reason. And I'm saying that because that's true for everyone. You're having your fears. They're not to stop you. They're to alert you to something else. And once you figure that out, then you start moving into that state of empowerment. And the wonderful thing is you start feeling better about yourself. You start becoming more confident. All of that. This is the road leading to that empowerment. Now, the reason, I want to explain this too, because the reason I set this up over 4 weeks is because you need consistency. You need to stay with this. All that has happened throughout your entire life is that you've trained yourself to think a particular way. You've trained yourself to think in one direction, and you haven't been able to really move your life to the place where you wanted it. So that means we have to think a little bit differently. These 4 weeks are going to get you to do that, because you're going to have something every day to just change your perception about what you thought about you, what you thought about the world, all of that. That's how you're going to become empowered and ultimately successful.